Just woke up and reading the news about the accident of the Vice President, Dr. Jane Ansa. I missed it. But now there is this news which I want to give you about this accident. The news goes like this. Malawi Vice President Ansa unhurt after motorcade tire blowout. Jane Ansa, Malawi's first vice president, escaped unhurt on Wednesday after her official vehicle suffered a tire blowout while traveling from Blantyre to Lilongwe, near the town of Ntcheu. The incident was confirmed by Richard Mveliwa, a spokesman for the office of the vice president, who said Ansa was unharmed. She had been traveling in a Toyota Land Cruiser 300VX at the time. Footage circulating on social media shows the vice president's motorcade halted by the roadside with security personnel standing beside the vehicle while it was attended to. Can this be just an accident, or should we say this is a plot? Because the security detail of a vice president is very professional. You cannot use you cannot take a car which is a Audi car. You cannot drive the vice president when you know the service of the car hasn't been done, you haven't checked it. You cannot go on driving the vice president on a long distance like Blantyre, between Blantyre and Lilongwe. It's a long distance. Driving the vice president on this distance must be very well considered. You don't move on. Like, just take an Audi car. No, it can't be like that. So this accident, what happened is that the tire of the car the vice president was driving in burst. What it means, Napuriga, right? And the Kupuriga can be either the car was worn out, the tire was worn out, or the pressure was too much. But there is always a standard. So that's why I said the security detail of the vice president is so tight, it's so professional. Everything is checked. Before you start the journey, you check everything. But here, it's a different story. Or should we say the road itself? The road. The road was not good at all. Of course, the president also complained about our roads. They're not good at all. We need to fix them. Right? And the whole nation of Malawi has got bad roads, to be honest with everybody else who's watching this video. We need to do much work on how we are constructing our roads to avoid accidents, to avoid causing burst of our tires when we are driving. So should we blame the security, the people who check the cars, the tires of the vice president, yet they didn't check properly? Or it's just a plot, as I'm saying? Because right now, there is much going on in this country. The president is not anymore giving care about the first vice president. There are a lot of stories, speculations. We haven't even heard the president speaking about this thing, but people are just speculating that maybe the president is not trusting the vice president anymore. There's a bad relationship. I don't know what has happened. Of course, a lot of issues happened. but they cannot be the reason why maybe the president is no longer delegating more work to the vice president. Also, we saw as well the drone that was flying over the residence of the vice president. Of course, the drone was identified and it was captured, as well as the person who was controlling the drone as well was arrested. These are also things that are raising more issues about the security of the vice president. What is happening? So we don't know what is going on, but that's the news. The vice president was involved in an accident, but she's now safe. There's no harm to his life. Actually, it's just an accident, I believe. But many people may be thinking why this is happening. We need to make sure that we didn't know what happened. Maybe we're going to hear the report, what happened for the, I think it's normal actually for a car to burst, but the car, the tire of the, I mean, about the vice president, no, it's not normal. If my car cannot burst, like just for example, or somebody's car, an ordinary person cannot burst for years, but that car is busy driving and it's worn out, it cannot burst. What about the tire of the car of the vice president? Should it burst? Which is a new tire, a new car, professional driver, detailed security, which is professional, tight. I don't think like this can be taken lightly.